morning. We are here with Mike Kuna from Kuna Law Firm PLLC for another Ask an Attorney question. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Jillian.
Thanks for joining us this morning. So today's question is, I lost my baby because the doctors I had during my pregnancy were simply horrible. I have proof of everything they did to me. We should have moved to Fargo or Minneapolis a long time ago, but we haven't. Now I'm broken. I should have been going to a different facility all along. Please help me. I want them to pay for their actions and for the world to know who these people are. So such a sad one right there. So shouldn't she be talking to a doctor, and when should she file this lawsuit?
Okay, very good questions, and I'm truly sorry to hear about what happened. God bless you, madam. So first, medical negligence does have a statute of limitation in North Dakota. The statute of limitations about medical negligence is usually 2 years. However, this is a bit nuanced. First, the 2 years will not necessarily start from the date of the occurrence. Sometimes there are things that happen that we don't know about. Let's say somebody leaving a medical tool inside a person and the person finds out only 2-3 years afterwards. At that point, the statute of limitations will start from the point we found out, or we should have found out. However, there's still a limit that no matter when we find out, the lawsuit has to be filed within 6 years after the occurrence had happened. When it comes to medical experts, Jillian, you are right. Actually, the state of North Dakota has a demand, and that demand says that within 3 months after filing our lawsuit, we need to file an affidavit from a medical expert about the incident. That affidavit from the medical expert has to include, of course, the expert's expertise and the medical expert's history. And in regards to our incident, the medical expert's affidavit has to include that there was a specific standard for operating or making a procedure or making any health-related action to that person, and that standard was violated. Also, that as a result of that violation, the person had suffered damages, which we call in the legal world causality. However, sometimes we can't file a medical affidavit within 3 months. It's not an easy to find a medical expert. And once we find the correct and right medical expert for the incident, that medical expert might require time as well. Therefore, if we have a motion for continuance from the court and we file it on time way before the deadline has expired, most likely the court will grant it. However, I've encountered many times that even when the motion was not filed on time, the court dismissed the case without prejudice, meaning the claimant had an ability to file the lawsuit again. Now, please recall that hospitals and healthcare providers in general are some of the richest defendants in this country. They have legions of lawyers. They have a lot of medical expertise. Most of them have in-house counsels, and they have other law firms they work with. They litigate on a daily basis lawsuits on hundreds of billions of dollars. This is one of the most complicated topics in the legal world. Also, there are caps to compensation, such as non-economical damages for, let's say, pain and suffering or emotional distress have $500,000 in damages maximum. And in case you have managed to win and have managed to file the lawsuit and get economic damages of $250,000 or above, the defendant is allowed to ask the court to examine those damages above $250,000. Although here, the defendant has to prove that these damages are too much. Because of the complexity of this issue, you will need to call me directly and talk to me directly. This is very difficult as a subject matter.
Yeah, absolutely. And it sounds complicated and it's very emotional. So people should always reach out to Mike and get that guidance and that closure, especially in this situation. But if you have a question, you can go to our website at valleynewslive.com and click on the Ask an Attorney tab. We'll have more North Dakota Today coming up right after the break.